you know anything about town planning? No. Do you know anything about planning, town planning? Town planning? Yeah. Do you have any thoughts or feelings about town planning, the way it's going?
Well, good things, you can't take it back.
Given the population's growing, how would you accommodate more people coming to Melbourne?
Oh, send them out for it.
Spread out the suburbs. Well, do you think there's a point where the suburbs can go too far?
I don't know actually about that. I live up in the hills.
Okay. So happy with like what about if there were to be more high rise like the one being built just down there, would you be happy with that?
Oh, definitely bring more resistance.
Oh, that's great. That's great to hear because most people are against it actually. Yeah. And what, just generally, do you know much about town planning? No. If I said the words Metropolitan Planning Strategy Symposium, that's all right. In China, do you think that's quite big?
Well, it's tremendous speed. It's enough fast.
Too fast?
I think so.
Yeah. But like, given China's got a good population. At the moment. You think it's good the way it's going, or it's bad?
I think it depends on I don't think there should be density looking at the street.
Yeah, about like high density living.
I don't think there should be high density in the street.
Okay.
I think it is a precursor to crime.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But just to play devil's advocate, with a growing population, how would you accommodate more people? You're going to have high density.
I think that you can have high density apartments, but not just so they're scattered throughout.
Okay.
Rather than have, how you tend to have high density lots of, whereas if you had high density amongst low rise.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what about like with Cairns, for example? Would you like to see Cairns kind of grow in terms of its boundary and have more suburbs?
It
is growing.
It is growing.
Yeah. And how do you feel about that?
I think that it's a very good thing because it's too small.
It's too small. Fair enough. Because in Melbourne, there's a lot of debate about whether Melbourne's getting too big, because Melbourne is pretty big.
They can never be too big.
Yeah. So you think it's important just if the population is growing, the city needs to grow.
Yes.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Otherwise, it gets too crowded.
Are you guys
takes away from the character of the place. It's all like what they've been doing with shops and building, rebuilding units and that on top of the shops.
on top? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that sort of density is fine because it enhances the community. But anything larger than what is here is too much. Parking becomes impossible. It's too congested.
Yeah.
It's hopeless. I mean, in an area like this, cars and pedestrians get on quite well together and they respect each other.
Yeah.
Any more high density living in an area like this,
So sort of 3-4 stories is okay.
Nothing higher. Well, not even 4. No more than 3.
Because I think the problem is with a lot of it, it's the parking.
Yep.
Apart from the fact you don't want people 3 or 4 or 5 stories looking right into your backyard.
Yep.
Because I know my husband's aunt in Sydney, they lived in Buczko, and they had a beautiful house, but they had 6 high-rises looking right into their backyard and their swimming pool. So probably not appropriate from the loss of privacy and from a parking point of view, because I think parking's bad enough as it is, because we always live close to a train station, so everyone parks, to get the train in the morning. And then if they don't provide adequate parking, then that's going to be more of a problem is the parking.
There's a state government at the moment that's about to release something called the Metropolitan Planning Strategy.
Oh yeah.
Does that mean anything to you?
I think I have heard about it. Is that creating all those new estates?
That might be part of it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a whole strategy for, I guess, you know,
Yeah.
how to sort of build Melbourne into the future. And
Oh,
accommodate
right,
the-
yeah. I have heard about new estates going up, but I don't know if that's part of it. But so what's the strategy?
Questions about town planning and development things.
Sure.
What do you think about it? We should go as high as we can, or
Are you talking like apartment blocks near trainways and stuff like that?
exactly?
No, I like suburbia.
No. Yeah, it's diluting the area. I think if you look at McKinnon to Mac or whatever it's called, I reckon it's for mine.
Yeah.
Vaulting.
Like if you look down like Exhibition Street and all those other streets, you've got all those like pretty nice. They're Edwardian. I don't think they're Victorian, but they're pretty nice. Whereas you got you got stuff like that traditional joints, and then some developers come along and brought all these tiny looking like shoe boxes, and it sort of doesn't look that nice. But
I like
makes it look better.
I like 2 stories.
You like that?
2 stories.
Yeah, I just like, you know, suburbia kind of
Do
thing.
you know anything about the Metropolitan Planning Strategy?
Absolutely.
Give us a rundown if you could.
Just a rundown.
It's a new state government strategy coming out with the government's directions on planning and what they're going to do.
Sure.
So it's a strategy to like increase the density of suburbs.
We're not sure yet.
Now, or?
It's not yet come out, but there'll be some direction around where they're going to have density, where people are going to go. So where do you, if Melbourne's growing by a couple of million people over the next 20 or 30 years, where do you think they should go?
So I'm going to have to dig into restaurants.
There's a big gap out
Yeah, build up tickets for it.
Yeah. I read an article, there's some places like that, Baxter, something like that. Awesome. It just means like house prices for us are going to be so. I'll never be able to live in McKinnon.
I'm going to have to buy a house in Broadmeadows.
At the moment, I can't live here.
Do you want to live in Broady?
No, not particularly, but I might have to. Like.
But, yeah, I don't know. You can obviously see McKinnon, like the cafes are way busier, even the restaurants are quite getting difficult to get into. I guess that's just the way of life.
So what attracts you about living in this area?
Close enough to the beach and close enough to the city.
Yeah. So you want to live in a house, not in an apartment?
I'd rather a house.
I'd never live in an apartment in McKinnon.
Yeah.
There's nothing around here.
I'd rather a house. Yeah, it's the location.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Have you heard of the Metropolitan Planning Strategy that the government's releasing? So, that's right.
That's right. We are just trying to find out whether people have heard about it. In the planning world, everyone's talking about it, but not sure whether
No,
people
I'm not
actually
familiar
know.
with it. No, I'm not familiar with it. It's there are a few sort of high-rise things around here, like 2 or 3 stories. Is it like functions like that?
Do you know what the Metropolitan Planning Strategy is? Have you heard of that?
No.
Have any ideas?
I'd like to see a train out from the airport and
Yeah, that's...
underground
I like it.
parking for the university and all that stuff. So, it sounds good.
Yeah. Well, if you could have lunch with the planning minister,
Yeah.
what's the first thing you'd suggest to him?
No idea. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, train to the airport.
Train the airport. I got this. Okay. Town planning, what do you mean?
Town planning of like moving issue towards high risk.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts about that? For or against? Or?
In the long term, kind of for, but right now, kind of against it.
Yeah, I guess the short-term pain.
Yeah, it is. But long term, globalization, people coming in, like their city housing. But
Do you feel like that people should have more of a say with this kind of thing? Do you think that planners need to talk more to the public about...
the community should be involved.
Yeah.
They should have like, in America they have like the community meetings.
Yep.
Never heard of anything like that.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, and just quickly, do you know anything about the Metropolitan Planning Strategy? Does that mean anything to you?
About the railway. Is that
No, it's like a plan for Melbourne in general, like how Melbourne's going to grow and get built.
Oh, is that about the one that how they refer to becoming like Manhattan or something?
Yeah, that might be part of it. Yeah, it's sort of like a strategy in general for Melbourne.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
They're expanding the city.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, if you could sit down with the planning minister and suggest one thing to him to make Melbourne better, what would it be?
Oh, just don't move the fruit market to Epic.
Fair enough, that's a good point. That's a good point, yeah. Right. Well, do you think that planners should take pets into consideration a bit more when designing streets and... Yeah.
Because there's so many dog owners here in Melbourne. And here we've got the beautiful dog beach, we've got lots of parks.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, in all fairness, it's actually very well
Love
taken.
it.
Compared to where we come from in England, where dogs are just ridiculous.